tell people all the time, when you look at any community, whether it be the black community, the white community, Asian community, Jewish community, it doesn't matter. Go down the list. When you look at that community, all you gotta do is look at the men of that community. How they carry themselves, what type of men they are, what kind of fathers they are. That's gonna tell you what's in that community and what does that community represent. The community is only strong as its men. And again, I tell y'all all the time, y'all know y'all think I hate white black people, I pick at black people, I hate my own race, all this nonsense that y'all who have low IQs and can't process information without being in your feelings. I tell y'all all the time, the black man is weak, pathetic, no wisdom. Thank God for formal education. Thank God for these liberal scholastic institutions, bro, where they go run and get more degrees than a thermometer, and they able to validate their stupidity. Because if it wasn't for those degrees, they would just really look dumb. And there's a lot of black people, to be honest with you, but I digress. And the reason why the black man is in that condition is because the black man left his family. The black man, for the most part, left his family. We know that majority of our children are being raised in single parent household. What that does to a young man is it either feminizes him or feminizes him. Now, what do you mean, Vernon? It feminizes them or feminizes them? It leads to more homosexual young men because they grow up all day around grandma, mama, the mama homegirls, and nothing but feminine energy is getting put in their tank. You know, a vehicle. I remember I had a BMW one time, right? And if you have a foreign vehicle, what you know is foreign vehicles must take 93. You can't put nothing else in them. If you do, it won't run properly. It is the same thing with a little boy. If he's constantly being fed nothing but feminine energy, gasoline, he's not going to run properly. May still be successful, may still be great in life, but he's still not going to think in the right manner. Now, some of these individuals, they ponder, they race hustlers, so they understand how things work, and they understand that black people problem is black people, but they got a hustle that they have, and telling black people that it's the white man's fault has been very, very lucrative, and it's getting more and more lucrative moving in the time that we're in, right? But a lot of these men, they don't know. They have no wisdom. The woman is an amazing creature. She's essential in a child's life. She's just as essential as the father, but she doesn't have the same role as the father. And if he's not around, the mother can do the best that she can, but it's still going to be missing things. It's going to be missing horsepower. Just like if you put unleaded in a foreign car, it's still going to run, get you from point A to point B, but it's going to be missing horsepower, right? Women don't have wisdom. That's not their strong suit. Structure, discipline. This does not come from the woman. I'm not saying that some women able to do their best and make it look real good to the point where it actually works and it's beneficial to the child. I'm speaking on the rule. Most women, they are not good. As a matter of fact, they are horrible at trying to be disciplinarians, create structure, and give the child wisdom. They can't do that. That's not their strong suit. That's not what they were put in the child's life by God to do. So when this child doesn't have that and he grows up, what happens is a lot of so again, I said it to say that a lot of these men, it's not their fault. I just giving them the benefit of the doubt. It's not their fault. And what happens is they are grown men, and some of them are gay. Some of them be gay, but some of them aren't gay. Some of them are heterosexual, but they still got the feminine energy in them. They see They see the world through the lens of their mama, which is a woman. And so everything about them is woe to me because I'm black. Not let me get something together. Let me figure out what I'm doing wrong. Let me figure out how can I help. Let me figure this out. It's always, oh, woe to me. This is happening because I'm black, right? So that brings me to the situation today that I want to make this video about. We have here Mr. Benjamin Crump, Mr. Ambulance Chaser, Mr. 100 million off dead black men's back. He reposted from this rapper from New York called My Sony, however it's pronounced his name. I just know he's a rapper from New York. I can't tell you none of his songs, but I know that's what he's known for. He's a rapper. Over the years he's been all of a sudden turned into this activist. But again, as for mentioned, telling black people that they're victims because they're black and they can't do this because they're black is a lucrative business. So I guess he said to himself, why not put my coal in the iron? Why not put my iron in the coal and give me a few of these Victor bucks? Now, Mr. My Son and Mr. Benjamin Crump both alike have PhDs in victimology. They both have gold medals in the Victim Olympics. And so again, both of these dudes, 9 times out of 10, I don't know this, but I'd be willing to bet that they were raised by their mother. And if they wasn't, they just race hustlers. Benjamin Crump, I would go for the latter. I don't know, but he's a race hustler. You'll never hear this guy talking. You'll never hear this guy give lectures or speak to people, black youth, about how they should conduct themselves with police. He don't want them to be educated. He want them to continue to overreact when they get involved with the police so they can get killed, and he make his money like that. That's how he make his money. Just like I always tell people about Barack and Michelle and how black people love them so much and how they think that black people love them, but yet they can care less about black people. Only thing they want from black people is to be gay. Every time they on a microphone, it's something about being gay. I tell people all the time, they care about black people for the last 10 years. They've been free. No political. They children grown. They could have been going straight back. Just let's say they don't have, I'm not going to even give them I'm not even going to put that burden on them to go to every black town, but they could have just went to 10 cities. Matter of fact, you know what? They could go to one. Let's go to their hometown, Chicago, where every single day, black men, black women, and sometimes black babies' blood is being shed in the street. And they can go to Chicago, their hometown, once a month, hold a luncheon in the United Center, and just hold a conference about, and get all of these Benjamin Crumps and all these fake black leaders to tell them to put the guns down. Feed them, because you know black people love to eat, play a little music. Tell them put the guns down. Tell the black men stop creating broken homes, sticking their penis in every woman, and knowing they don't want to be a father. Tell the women stop aborting their babies. A whole generation of black people has been killed in the womb. Telling them to value education like they did. And maybe you can end up being in the White House. Tell them stop killing each other every day in the street. Put the guns down. But they don't do that. They never will do that. And they can't do that because they're evil people. And to do something like that would be good, would be too good for them. So what they do is they sit on their high horses in Martha's Vineyard and all of these nice homes that they got all across the United States, probably the world. And whenever it's convenient, they stick their head out for a Democratic politician to force them down your throat. Or they on a podcast telling you that your son need to have gay role models in his life. This is what they have. Or they on TV like Michelle did with Zaya Wade, Dwayne Wade's son who transitioned. Michelle was telling him he's an inspiration to black boys everywhere. Not my black boy, not my black nephew, and nobody black around me. But this is what they do. They are plants to derail the black community. And because the black community is so brainwashed, dumbed down, and demoralized, they follow these people who care less about them. Let me tell you something, man. Anybody in your life, I don't care who this person is, if they not telling you something to better yourself, but yet telling you a victim and telling you this and giving you bad advice about being gay, which gonna send you to hell and all these kind of things, these people don't love you, man. And then they got the nerve to talk about Trump racist. But Trump sent the National Guard in DC, Memphis, Chicago, and guess what? Crime automatically dropped. You know how many mothers didn't have to bury their children because of Trump sent the National Guard? You know how many mothers don't have to burn their son out or look at their son in a prison jail and look at their son in a prison because he made a mistake of his life? You know how many parents don't have to go through that anymore because the racist white man Trump sent the National Guard, which dropped crime and everything, multiple guns took off the street. I mean, hey, you can't just eradicate it, period, but he sure took a chunk out of crime. But let me get to this. I talked enough, but without further ado, let's get to the situation today. So Mr. My Son made this post, Benjamin Crump. Now, mind you, there's a big uproar in the black community because food stamps. Black people love to talk about how white people own food stamps more than black people, which is true. But it's funny that, which is common sense, really. I don't know why people say that. It's 60% of white people in America, 13% have been black. Common sense that they would be on food stamps more than you is four times more than your rate. And I haven't seen no white people on TV threatening what they gonna do and threatening to steal, or I haven't seen no white people doing it. It's just black people. So here you have a rapper. I don't know if he's rich or what he got going on, but you have a world renowned, a nation renowned lawyer, worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And this is the post that he makes. Not, hold on, everybody. Let's slow down. I'm gonna give back. He not giving back, number one. But number two, let's not do nothing stupid like this. Let's go ahead on, come together. All of the churches, all of the athletes, all of the money that black people got. Let's come together for this time to just so happen to help the people that's really in need. No, that's not what he telling y'all. He telling black people, have a tantrum. They canceled your stamps, right? You want to know how to get your lick back? Cancel Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas. Y'all see how bad we crippled Target, which is a lie. Target seen up. Go do the research. The day that they call themselves doing, I want to say that was in March, Target stock went up because there's a lot of people who gonna go against the grain. Turn that up now. Stop being so scary and stand for something. So in other words, have a tantrum, black people. This coming from a quote unquote black leader, a lawyer. That because he a lawyer, he got a law degree, so it doesn't matter what he say, it goes. And I tell people all the time, that's what's wrong with blacks. One of the main issues in black America. We value the wrong thing. God is never in nobody's top, number one. And God is jealous. Black people either value money, a relationship, a degree, clout, opportunity. They don't value God and they number one in their life. And so when they have people that have those things that they value, they listen to them no matter what they saying. So no matter how stupid this sounds. So in other words, Thanksgiving is a time where people can go through the history of it and say whatever they want to say about it. But Thanksgiving was always a time, especially in the black community, because I'm black, where black people got together and enjoyed each other family. They sometimes don't see each other just but that one time of the year. So we gonna cancel that because we ain't got stamped, right? Instead of him saying, you know what, let's get together. I'm as a leader in the black community, as a big time nation renowned lawyer, I'm gonna use my celebrity to get in touch with every athlete, every black pastor, as many as we can. We can't help everybody, we try. I'm gonna get with all of them. I'm gonna use my celebrity and get with all of them, right? And make sure at least we have everybody be able to have a Thanksgiving dinner and a Christmas. Now, Black Friday and Cyber Monday, that's another story. If you don't want to spend your money on that, that's your thing. But Christmas and Thanksgiving is a special time for families to come together and give each other gifts and just have sit down across the table and eat. So the least he could do is be trying to organize something to make sure families have gifts for children for Christmas, dinner for Christmas, and dinner for Thanksgiving. But not that's not what he's doing. He's reposting a rapper. He's a lawyer. He's reposting a rapper who is giving a remedy, a temper tantrum on what the black community should do because they lost food stamps. And you know, I tell people all the time, listen, man, let me get some understood with y'all. And I'm about to close this video. Listen, people need to understand, and I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm not talking about people who elderly. I'm not talking about people who disabled. They not who I'm talking to. But they got people who well in their 40s and 50s that are still on food stamps that's able-bodied. Listen, let's get something understood. Food stamps was meant to be a highway, not a parking lot. Let's be perfectly clear on that. Let's be clear on that. And some people have took these foods. I know, but I don't want the food stamp to stop. I do not want the food stamp to stop. I remember I was dating this woman one time, and shame on me. That was in my past when I was in my fallen state. I was dating this woman one time, and she's one of these women who she gave all this money for food stamps. She got 4 children. And I remember it was a time where she had a little situation, a hiccup with her food stamps, and they took the food stamp for like 2 weeks. And I remember this woman would not feed her children. She said that I'm not spent. She's so spoiled. She's in her 40s. She's so spoiled and used to the government taking care of her children via food stamp, like they owe her that, like they had the baby and not her. She said, I'm not feeding them. They ate at school. And then they got a little recreation, a little rec center in our area, and they give them like little snacks after school, chips. Sometimes they give them like a hot meal, but I don't know if it was always thing. And that's what she said. She said that they're going to either eat at the rec center or they ate their last meal at lunch. They'll eat breakfast in the morning. I'm not spending my real money on food until my food stamp situation gets fixed. And of course, me being there, that was sad because this woman had money. I mean, I'm not saying had money like she was balling, but she did have money to buy drugs every day. She made sure she had her drugs every single day. So, of course, by me messing with her and dealing with her, I didn't have no children with her, but I was messing with her at the time off and on. But at that time, I was messing with her. And so I would buy the children Burger King, or I would buy them some type of fast food every single day. And that's why I say I don't want them to take food stamps, because believe it or not, there's mothers out there who are so spoiled on food stamps that they will not feed their children with real money. They will use the money to buy drugs or support their habits or do whatever they got to do. When it comes to that food stamp, they think that they're owed that. But yeah, man, like I say, I'm gonna close this video, but I just wanted to make this video to show y'all, man, why the black community is in its condition, because the men who are supposed to be the head are not the head. They are the tail. And letting women be the black woman is the king of the black community. And anything that a woman is over, it's just not, and it's not disrespecting women. It's not bashing women, but it's just saying that women are not equipped to be in leadership roles over nothing significant. I'm not saying they can't run their own business. I'm not saying that they can't be a GM or a manager of a store. But I'm saying when you're dealing with mayor, governor, head of household or something like that, something that actually has women, they just not equipped because they too emotional, and they have their day where they just not, but God didn't put them here for that. That's not what they here for, because they here for to do what they here to do. And at the end of the day, come home to their mother. I mean, my bad, come home to their old man and recharge. And a lot of women, they're not doing it because they the head of the household, so they don't have nobody to recharge to. That's why they so angry when you see them all the time. But I just wanted to show y'all that, man, this is the wrong with black community, because this man could be using his celebrity to organize something to make sure families have food for Christmas and Thanksgiving. If they lose their stamps, I think the government gonna open back up. But if it don't, I know that he got the connections, the celebrity to organize something for that, but instead he's telling black people have a temper tantrum. So what I want to do is I want to go to some of these comment sections. Look, it has 17,000 shares, and I want to just go to some of these. Before I close the video, I must go to some of these comment sections because I want to read what some of these black people say. So here we have first Miss Pamela Clark. It would be wonderful if we could loop arm and do this, but many people don't see it as their fight. I definitely don't. What doesn't hit my doorstep doesn't affect me. It's the other person's problem. And it's not that. It's the fact that this is it's no end game. This is another thing what's wrong with black people. And this is because the woman is at the head and the black man is weak and pathetic. And he always got an excuse. No other race of man can have an excuse for anything. They can't blame the white man. And they don't want to. They come to this country from other countries and don't blame anybody. They get to it. But the thing about it is this: we have to be solutions-based and solutions-oriented. If you do that, none of these companies is going to be affected. I tell people all the time, these billionaires that created these businesses and companies and all of these things like that, listen, yes, they need us to keep their machines running, but if we make their machines stop, they didn't create enough capital at this point where they'll find somebody to do it if it's just a robot. So when you say it don't, that's why it's not that we not joining on and doing it because it don't affect us. It's the other person's problem. It's not a solution because we gotta go. Because again, I say that black people don't build anything. They don't own anything. So it's not like we can say, you know what, we're going to the black grocery store. We're going to the black Walmart. We're going to the black Shell gas station. It's none of that. And if it was, niggas are teared up because they don't have respect for their own. They have respect for other people's stuff because they know what consequences coming if they don't. So because we don't build nothing or own anything, what's the absence? So we're going to just do it for one day? We're going to just do it for this year? Make our children suffer and not get Christmas presents? Make our family not come together for Thanksgiving? Why? What are we going to do that for? Tell us why. There's no reason for that. When we're going to be right back shopping the next day. Because we have to shop. Because we have to have certain things that's even essential things we need. That we got to go to Walmart and Target and all the other places. Because there's no black owned places. Black people and it's not because black people don't have the capital. All of the black people, millionaires and billionaires, they don't choose to spend money on building things that could be just for black people. They want to buy Mercedes. They want to buy a mansion. They want to tour across the world and show everybody. Black people are all about an image. Black people are all about shining and stunting and showing off on the black people because they know better than to try to compete with these other races. Even the ones who come in here from other countries, they can't compete because black people and these other races of people, every other race is playing a different game. Black people is playing the I want to look good for internet game. That's what the game they play. I want to look good for the internet. I want to look good in front of other black people. That's the game they playing. No other race is playing that game. Yes, you have sprinkles, but I'm saying as a whole, nobody's doing that in other communities. And so because of that, we have to shop at these places. So hurting them let's just say we do hurt them, which we won't, because there's plenty of other people who going to go that day and go against the grain, like what happened with the Target thing. But just to say we do hurt them for that 1 week. Let's just say we hurt them in November and December, right? We'll give them it all back in January. Because we have to. We have no other option. So let's go continue reading. Now, until we recognize that what hurts you will eventually hurt me, we will be able to band together. And it's so sad. I'm not talking about this lady. As you can see from her profile picture, she's a black lady with gray hair. So she's not a young woman. And she's that old with zero wisdom. I'm sure she has a degree. She probably has more degrees than a thermometer. But common sense, a college or university can't give you common sense and wisdom. That only comes from God. And most of these people, especially the one with formal education, have no common sense, no comprehension, no anything. But let's continue. I don't know, this like a white woman. Okay, we have here is a white liberal. As I always tell y'all, the scum. Oh no. This is a black woman. My bad. I was about to say she's a white liberal. She's not. She's a black woman. But let's see what she got to say. Not canceled, but not buying extra. The reason for the season is Jesus. Thanksgiving is about gathering together and giving thanks. That's not material gifts, handmade or cooked or baked gifts. Experience counts as gifts. Okay, I like that comment. That's okay. But I just wanted to read a few comments. You can see what they saying. People of color, we started our mission on target is working. Just stupid. And again, this is a man. This is a black man. He's that silly and that have look at him. Look, he's that. Let's go to his bio. I guarantee. Studied at college. These dudes are dumb. Common sense tell he is working at Target. You think you hurting Target, bro? I mean, but that's just how this is the black man. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Cool, we have look like a white liberal. Close your eyes. That's how you change this around real fast. The white liberal, like I told you, me and Malcolm X told you, they the scum of the earth. They don't care. They ponder us. That's all it is. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna close this video, man. But I just wanted to make this video and show you why the black community is in the condition that it's in. Is because the black man is weak. The black man is pathetic. He have no wisdom, and he see the world through the lens of his mama, his black mama who raised him. And it's so sad that we like this, and it's so sad that there's no help until we get out of this and begin to bring masculinity back to America. It's what we brought it back. Donald Trump kind of bringing it back, but bring it back to our community. So men can begin to think logical, men begin to have wisdom, men can begin to exercise their common sense and not be so impulsive like the woman, not be so emotional like the woman to make bad decisions like getting your quote unquote lick back. Like that don't even sound like nothing no man will say. They canceled y'all stamp, right? You want to know how to get your lick back? Like that's just some womany stuff to say, right? And like I say, he on Mr. Benjamin Crump, a nation-renowned $100 million lawyer, he reposted it. In other words, he supported. Instead of coming with a plan, they have no plan. Take a man to make a plan. A woman don't make plans. And I don't want to say that like that because women can make plans. And then again, I might have to say it seems like the black woman is making more plans than the black man at this point. But I digress. This is shameful. Do better, black man.